Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today it's the 1989 Roosevelt Dime from the United States of America. You see we have three of them here, and these are all in amazingly good condition, and really none of them is worth much. It turns out you can have a really good 1989 US dime, and it won't be worth too much unless you have some special version of it. So let's take a look at these dimes. This one up here is the shiniest, so let's start with that one. This is the 1989 San Francisco Mint dime, and it is just really nice. You see that over on the outer rim here, it looks doubled, but then if you tip it up just a little bit, you'll see that it's not doubled. It's just a little wider there. It's Franklin Roosevelt facing to the left with Liberty in front of him. In God We Trust down here. Very bottom, you see that there is a J and an S, and that's for John Sinek, the engraver of this coin. And then over here we have a 1989, and that's the S for the San Francisco Mint mark right above it. If we look at the Franklin Roosevelt in this coin, you can really see how good it is. This is something that you hardly ever see in dimes, these little lines around the eye. You can see the eyebrow up there, the detail in the hair, the ear here. Just a really nice coin. So if it has an S on it, that means that this coin came from a special set from the US Mint. And in fact, this one came from the proof coin set from 1989. If we tip it up on its edge, we see that this is a copper nickel clad copper coin. We flip it over to the back, we see this is probably about as good a coin as you're ever going to get in terms of being able to see stuff on it, other than one that I'll show you from the PCGS website. If you're not sure what an MS68 full bands looks like, this is a picture of one on the PCGS website. So you see over here 1989, there's the D, then over here is the back. So this is a Denver full bands from 1989, and if we magnify it out, you can see that there are two great bands at the top. You can see the two bands at the bottom. You can see how this kind of cups here. You see that the torch has these lines through the flame on it, just incredibly detailed here. But this is what you're looking for, the full bands going across, the full lines going down, and this little cup down here at the bottom. And that's what a full bands 1989 looks like. This is the United States of America at the top here. E pluribus unum kind of broken up going across the middle. One of the things you can definitely see on this one is the dots between the S and the U there, and between the E and the P over here. Those are things that are really hard to see in a regular dime because they just get worn out or worn down so quickly. We can also see it says one dime at the bottom. We have an olive branch over here with two olives on it. Oak branch here with two acorns. There's an acorn there, an acorn there. And then if we look at the bands going across here, we see we have some pretty good bands. Nice separation there on the top one. Not so much definition down here in the bottom one. The little cup thing on the bottom, you see it's a little bit, right above it, it's a little bit faded. We have some pretty good detail in the torch here too. The San Francisco Mint in 1989, they made 3.2 million of these. They've already found over 1,300 that are graded the best grade you can get, which is a Proof 70 Deep Cameo. And so these coins, even if you can get the best one possible, it's only going to be worth about $20. That's because at the San Francisco Mint in 1989, almost every dime they made was in really good shape and was high quality. What about the other mints? Well, here's the Philadelphia Mint. You'll notice this one doesn't have the deep cameo, and you won't get one of those from a regular mint. We see we have some pretty good detail in the eyes here, pretty good detail in the hair, and this one also. There was a P right there for the Philadelphia Mint, and you'll notice that the shine in how they polish this is quite different than the deep cameo coins. The Philadelphia Mint in 1989, they made 1.3 billion of these. They found one so far at a Mint State 68 that's worth $3,500. And that's a Mint State 68 full band. So let's look at the bands on the back of this one. Well, we have some pretty good bands on the back of this one. At the top, again, not as much separation as we saw on the San Francisco coin, but pretty good. Down here at the bottom, very little separation, and it's really not full bands on the bottom. Got a little messy going across there, and you see a ding on the bottom. So this one won't be a full bands or an MS-68, probably going to be worth $1 or less, even though it's a really nice looking coin. And then we have the Denver Mint coin. The Denver Mint in 1989, they made 900 million Roosevelt dimes. They found 9 so far that are Mint State 68 full bands, and those are worth about $500 each. Let's see what we got on this one. Once you get the magnified, you see that the band doesn't really go all the way across there on the top. And we'll try to tip it back and forth. Some separation, but not great separation. On the bottom, same thing, some separation, but not great separation. So this one, again, won't be one of the best ones. There is one other country that I know of that called their coin a dime, and here's the Canadian dime. And you notice this one has a different kind of polish to it also. So this is a Canadian 10-cent coin, and they made 199 million of these in 1989. And this one is listed as a special coin, and it has a frosted image on it. We want to look at a used Canadian dime. Here's one right here. Here's a 1989. And you notice that it has a ship on the back, and it says 10 cents on it. So the United States coins say 1 dime. The Canadian coins say 10 cents. But in Canada, most people still call these a dime. If you're looking for these 1989 coins, you want to get the full bands. You want to get the lines going down. But even if you do get some of the highest rated dimes from 1989, there's not going to be huge money in them. That's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you have in the comments section.